Welcome back, everybody, to Pop Culture Conspiracy. I'm your host, T. How are y'all doing today? And in this video, I'm going to be talking about Neiman Marcus being caught down bad with sales, and they're probably about to sell to Saks Fifth Avenue, one of their big rivals, okay? So before I hop in, please like, share, and subscribe, and let's talk in the comments. I think this news is very funny. Probably like you find it very funny, because everybody remembers just a few months ago, the new CEO was running his mouth about how he didn't want broke people in Neiman's and how they want to focus on their rich clients and their rich customers. And this caused a stir online because many people are the same thing, are all thinking the same thing. Like, hey, does this jackass not realize that there's way more broke people than rich people? And a lot of broke people come into y'all's store to shop for things that they really can't afford and things that they really don't need and things that they shouldn't be buying. They're the ones who really keep the lights on in your stores, trying to keep up with rappers and famous people who are getting these things for free. But nonetheless, there are plenty of average people who are going into these stores, spending all of their 2-week check or saving up for however long, or scamming or selling drugs, however they get their money. They're going in there and they're spending a bunch of money on, again, luxury goods that they don't need, so they can have the look. And Neiman's has the nerve to run their fucking mouth about how they don't want those people in their store. Now, for me in particular, I find all of this extremely funny because I used to work at Neiman Marcus. No shitting. That's why this is all extra funny to me, because I used to work there and I didn't work there long. When I say I didn't work there long, I mean I was in and out because of the way that they treated me, the way that they're treated, mainly myself, but I saw lots of bad behavior for how they were treating clients. And I think that that's why that store just wasn't a good fit for me. I think the money was great and I loved my job because I loved my clients. But if you are a person who really does love clients and you really do want to make your clients happy and yada, 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 I think Neiman's is not a good place for you to be, because they definitely have, this way of treating people, and customers have complained to me about it. And they've talked about my former manager, customers have talked about his personality, and they've talked about how rude people are. And I dealt with rude coworkers and just coworkers who really didn't have great customer service. So, and I'm not bitter. I'm way better off, thank God. God saved me. God got me out of luxury retail. I was in luxury retail for a while, and it kept me afloat. It did what it needed to do, but at the end of the day, I didn't need to be there anymore. It was well time for it to be over. And I tried for a long time to get out of luxury retail, but I struggled and to get out of it. And I finally was able to find something in sales that is not luxury retail, and I don't have to sell cars and I don't sell real estate. So I really have it good right now. But I'm so glad that I left luxury retail, because a lot of luxury retail companies and stores and stuff don't treat their people good. They don't treat their good people good. They always find a way to empower and make the assholes feel comfortable. And in turn, the customers are not happy, but it's a lot of narcissistic energy that you're going to find in those environments. And again, Neiman Marcus, when I was working there at the location I was working at, just pathetic and sorry. They had every opportunity to, in my opinion, try to serve the market that I'm at better, but they weren't doing that. And I think a lot of that is because they needed to be having a better buyer that could bring in the stuff that the young urban person is looking for. And when I say urban, I don't mean black, I mean the white young people who want to look like rappers. I mean the young Latino men who want to look like rappers, because I specialize in men's clothing, because I know how to sell suits, and I've been working in men's clothing for just a long time, mainly through suits. So I can sell, like casual clothes, and I can sell formal attire. So I worked in the men's department, and men do shop a lot. Men who like to shop definitely like to shop, and they don't return as much as women, and they buy things that they really, really like. Like, men shop in a way different way than women do, and that's why the men's department is like one of the best places to be. But Neiman's just, again, they did not treat people good. They had a broken elevator. They had the store so fucking cold, and people were like complaining, like, yo, the store is fucking freezing. I don't even want to try on clothes because it's so fucking cold in here. People would say that. And did they listen? Did they really fucking do anything? No. Not a broken elevator, a broken escalator in a store that is so small and only had one elevator. Like, ridiculous. But meanwhile, you talking about we don't want broke motherfuckers up in here. How about you fix your fucking escalator? Oh, but what people also forget, because it really wasn't publicized, is that back in 2020, Neiman's had already filed for Chapter 11. They were already $5 billion in debt. I already knew that, okay, like years ago. I have known about Neiman's being in debt for years. Even before I worked there, I knew they had some debt. A lot of fucking places have debt. Like, it's a real thing. Retail has been on a decline for years. Y'all know this. Like, every year we hear about a series of stores that are closing stores, a series of brands that are closing brands. Retail is changing because fashion is changing, because what people want, their taste, what they're willing to spend is changing, what they like, what's becoming popular, the marketing, everything, all that is changing. So stores have to keep up. And Neiman's has always had a reputation for snooty. They have a nickname called Needless Markup. Okay, and I noticed that too while working there. Like, you better off either buying it from Nordstrom or somewhere else, or you're better off like buying it online, or like, because Neiman's does charge you more. Like, and it's just like, why are you charging people more for like the same shit? How do you plan on staying competitive, charging more for the same thing in the era of price matching? I just don't get it. So again, like, I felt like when I left Neiman's, I left because I had to leave. I left because I was like, this is the store. I love this place. I've always loved this place. It's a beautiful, glamorous place with beautiful, glamorous things. But it's not people here. They don't have people here who align with me, who align with how I work, my morals, how I do things. Like, my perspective on right and wrong, like my perspective on business operations and processes. They just don't have it. Neiman's was not a good experience. They also did not have good POS systems. Horrible, outdated POS systems. And again, having in there to talk about how they don't want broke clients in the store, but you need to invest in your POS system. You need to invest in getting your escalator fixed. Y'all need to try to get this store some type of warm the fuck up. Like, that store used to be so cold, your fucking nose would drip. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. And Neiman's is a fucking Southern brand. Like, get the fuck out of here. Buy Neiman's. Y'all want it only rich niggas? Okay, well, this is what happens when a rich nigga don't want you. Okay, now nobody want to do shit for your ass. So buy Neiman's. Like, fuck them. Fuck how they treated me. Fuck how they've treated a lot of other fucking people too. Because again, their reputation precedes them. They have a reputation for treating employees bad. Like, you can go on Indeed reviews. I am not the only person that has said the things that I have said, and who has had the experience that I have had. Neiman's has a reputation for being overpriced, snooty service, and being bad to employees. Also, what else do they have going on? Because again, like, they have done a lot of fucked up shit. A lot of people say that their selection isn't as good as Saks. And Saks is the ones, again, who wants to buy them. Now, another thing, Because again, this conversation, I've done my research. I've been knowing that Saks has been looking to buy Neiman's, but Saks is financially better off because Saks is an international brand. Like, you can find Saks like in Mexico. I think they have locations in Hawaii. So Saks is better off. And again, like, their buyer is better. People like their selection more. And I totally forgot that Saks bought Barney's. And the real tea is all of they asses gotta link up. Weak bitches gotta link up because all of they asses are financially struggling. Like, department stores as a whole, no matter who the fuck you are on the decline. People are not going to department stores anymore. People are online shopping more than ever. Competition for consumer dollars is fiercer than ever. Like, y'all, it's not a game out here. Like, in retail, I have watched stores go through it. Like, I've worked at a lot of stores. I've worked at Neiman's, I've worked at Nordstrom, I've worked at Kate Spade, I've worked at Johnny Was, like, I've worked at Brooks Brothers, like, another, like, failing, dying, on its ass brand. Like, but that's how I got my start, like, in suits. Like, I was like 19 and I got a job at Brooks Brothers, and that's how I found out that I could really, really sell. I never worked a sales job, a retail job before then. That job taught me, like, whoa, like, you can sell your ass off. Like, I sold 5Gs my first day, like, and I never worked retail in my life before. I didn't know anything about men's clothing either, and I sold 5 racks in one day. My first day at Nordstrom, same thing happened. Like, I had a really good client my first day. This was years later. I knew way more about men's clothing, but, like, my first day, I did 5Gs. So, like, I'm really a good salesperson. That's why I've, like, tried to stay in sales for a while. And I love fashion, I love clothing, and, like, commission is great. But at the end of the day, like, I've watched customer foot traffic decline year after year after year. I've watched stores make decisions and make moves that show me that they broke. Like, again, not investing into new technology, always having sales, not really being able to move merchandise quick and fast, and constant return, shit always coming back, cutting the workforce, paying shitty, not having the best benefits. Like, I've noticed that. And I feel like Nordstrom has been the best company as far as, like, pay and benefits. Like, Nordstrom is a great place, but their sales are on the decline too. Macy's been on their ass. Macy's is, like, fucked up. Like, why would you even want to buy anything from there? Their store is so fucking distraught. Neiman's is on its ass. Sales are declining. Sales have been fucked up. And then again, as far as weak hoes link up, you know, boutiques are making a comeback, but even, you know, those people are having to link up. You see groups like Kering and LVMH continuously buying up the market. You see Tapestry, they just brought Capri Holdings. They trying to get in the ring and, like, make themselves you know, a force to be reckoned with. And I have a few more photos of just showing, like, some of the fashion conglomerates and how they are continuously growing and buying up stuff, because again, like, fashion is something that you don't need. It's not like food and water, and it's also not like the beauty industry, where beauty kind of goes hand in hand with, like, self-care, hygiene, stuff like that. So, you know, we need clothes, which is why we'll always have a retail industry and a retail apparel fashion industry, because we need clothes. But at the end of the day, clothing again is changing. Online shopping has taken over, and it's not just online shopping, it's fast fashion is also a big threat to luxury brands. When we talk about you know, where people can get it and how much they want to spend, fast fashion like Zara, Boohoo, Pretty Little Thing, Shein, Fashion Nova, huge threats to department stores in the industry, period. Then you have luxury online shopping boutiques like Revolve, Sense, Farfetch, all rapidly growing. They have an excellent selection, excellent buyers, definitely appeal to the actual, like, fashion forward person. Then you have vintage and consignment, you know, thrift stores. That is making, like, a big comeback. They're forces to be reckoned with. Everything on down to Goodwill, Salvation Army, everything up to Real and, like, you know, your local consignment boutiques. Again, boutiques, rare stuff, vintage stuff, big comeback. You also see, I was going to say something else too. I just let it slip. That's making a big return in fashion, and just, people aren't fucking with some of the, TJ Maxx and Marshalls, like those stores constantly growing. Like people are buying, people are spending, they're just not going to department stores like they used to. Department stores are kind of lame, kind of whack. People are tired of bad service. Like they're just moving on. And then you have stuff like Amazon. Like Amazon is getting into the luxury fashion market, which is great because Amazon got that free shipping, and they make returns real easy. Like Amazon, just the free shipping is a fucking game changer. So Amazon is also like just becoming a major threat in the fashion world. Then you have AI, which AI is about to play a big role in changing fashion. You see Balenciaga, Gucci, Nike, Tom Brown, and a lot of other brands buying real estate in the metaverse and creating metaverse fashion and avatar fashion. So that stuff is, as they're trying to push this AI and tech agenda, mark of the beast, chip agenda, yes, fashion is gonna start to become more and more digital. Like we're already seeing it, it's coming. So things are changing. The consumer is changing. What they want changes, or what they want is changing. People now want more rare, exclusive stuff if they want to spend a lot of money, or people want like cheap, affordable, fast fashion if they don't have a lot of money. And in that mix, department stores just don't have space in that. Like the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. Department stores lay in like that middle America ground, and as the middle class dies down, department stores and big box stores are just out with it, because rich motherfuckers don't want, and not just rich people, like people who really are into fashion don't want to go to a department store. They want something, again, rare and exclusive. Or they want something that the department store doesn't have. They want a better buyer than you're going to find at the department store. I've always said department stores are only going to last if they transform themselves into extremely boutique-y environments. But if they continuously run like they're running now, where you can get furniture and, food products and beauty products all up in the same time that you can get clothes, it's just not going to work. It's not. It's lame. It's middle class. And like middle class isn't bad, but like now again, society is splitting into two: the very rich and the very poor, and the middle class are dying out and like being priced out, or they're getting their bread up and they're like, nah, I want something better. So you just, again, like that middle market is just not there. Department stores are lame, outdated, and like their time has came and went, and they might make a comeback at some point. But again, commercial retail is changing too. Like now we're seeing like multi-use retail. Now we're seeing more outdoor malls. Now we're seeing, again, more boutiques, and just the rise in high-end, very high-end luxury too. So that brings in, the more high-end luxury, the more we start to have, again, like boutiques. And that department store shit is just old and played out. So buy Neiman's, and bye to all the other hoes, or any hoe who was treating people like shit, who didn't take care of their clients, who thought they was too good. Like, goodbye. Your time has came and gone. Goodbye. So let's talk in the comments, y'all. Till the next time. Bye.